Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the cost of raising kids. So, straight and direct, Kirby, you know about this more than I do. I don't have any kids yet, um, but you have two, and seem to be doing a good job. But I always hear people say that kids will cost you a fortune. They're going to rob you of your life. What is the reality for someone that knows finance and how to manage money very well?
Uh, all those things are true. Kids can cost you, but it's not the kid's fault. It's the parents. It's the parents and the bad habits that they develop in their kids. All right. Case in point, I'm gonna point out a few of them. Is for the life of me. And again, this is nothing derogatory towards these companies, but for the life of me, I don't understand why parents take their kids below the age of 5 to the Disney Worlds, the Sea World, the Six Flags, and all these theme parks. And they think they're creating memories. They're creating memories for themselves, but the kid is not going to remember a damn thing about it. So in that instance right there, the kid didn't cost them. They cost themselves, but they're going to blame it on the kid. You know, same thing with when you start talking about clothes. I see babies fresh out the womb got Jordans on. You know, their feet gonna grow, a couple inches, every, couple 6 months, 18 months. And then you see, if you just check the marketplace, you always see baby clothes all over the place, name brand, high-end baby clothes for a cheap price, discounted price, because the parents wanted to make people believe that their kid is rich. So kids are not expensive. The habits that you're implementing in your kids is expensive. But this is what you do. So after you give these kids all this name brand stuff, take them on this, trips that they won't even remember, then the kids think that that's what they're supposed to do. You know, Big blowout birthday parties for a 1 year old that can't even walk or talk. So now you telling them, oh, on my birthday, I got to do this every year. And you set them up to think that that's what their life should be. But kids are not expensive. And it's funny. I was in Afghanistan. I'm in a village. This guy got like 8 kids running around. And then, for them, having kids is the best thing ever. And then they came to me and they was like, "Oh, hey, how many kids you have?" And I was like, "I have one on the way." And then he was like, "How many more you have?" I was like, "Oh, that's it." And I was like, "In America, kids cost a lot." And then he looked at me, straight face, said, "Kids don't cost money. Parents cost money." And now understand, he's in a third world country and said that. I mean, it's mud, kids playing around happy as the day is long. They know no different from what their parents have shown them. And he said, kids are not expensive. It's parents that's expensive. And it hit home. It hit home big because my older son, I didn't have the knowledge when my older son was born. And he got everything. And then, like parents, we said, "Oh yeah, these kids are expensive," but no, he would know no different. Like my son now, he knows no different. He good. He don't sit there and talk about, "Oh, I want the latest Jordans. I want this. I want that." He cool with just, all right, just let me just sit here on his tablet. It ain't got to be no iPad or whatever. And I'm chilling. He's not, interested in, hey, let's go out and eat all the time. We can just cook at home. You know, he's comfortable with that because those are the habits we form for him at a young age. Now, could he afford to do all those things that I mentioned that parents that don't have the money and the resources to do? Yeah. But why do it when you don't have to? So it's the parents that make kids expensive. And I'm just gonna use the adage that the man said in the village. It's not kids that's expensive, it's parents that's expensive. And it's the habits that you implement in your kids, and then you make them suffer for the rest of their life because they believe that's what they have to do. I mean, how many times have you heard somebody lights about to get cut off? I mean, Alex, she even had a tenant, ain't paid the rent, but she got a birthday party going on. You know what I mean? So that's the stuff that happens. It But I don't blame. I blame the parents. That's the reason why it's set up like that. But what you got?
No, I've always thought that too. I've always like I can see that it is the parents' fault. And I mean, like I said, I don't have any kids, so I know like there's been people that have argued with me trying to make their point, saying, "Oh, once you have kids, all this finance crap is going out the window. You ain't gonna have money anymore." And I don't believe it. I just don't agree with them because I see the habits that they have with their kids. And they say like, "Oh no, you're gonna see like your kid's gonna be asking you for this stuff." But you taught your kid this. Like, I mean, when I go to friends' houses that have kids and you see all the toys they have and they don't touch them. And I know these toys cost a lot of money. And then they have game consoles and they have phones and they have iPads. And it's like, you're teaching your kid that this is stuff that they need. If a kid just came into the world, they don't know anything. You're teaching
That's
them what they are going to know. So if you don't teach them
right.
about iPads and electronics and games and whatever, all this like all these subscriptions and stuff, they don't know any better. Like you said, in Afghanistan, there were kids playing in the mud. Like that's what they know. They know, hey, let's go outside and play. Like they don't have any. I mean, I wasn't there, but they don't. I'm assuming they don't have any toys hanging around and stuff. Like they just know what they know. And then when it comes down to just you're teaching your kid what they're going to know, the kid just needs a place to stay, lights, food, just like any other family member you would invite to your house. It's the same thing. So that's been my argument to people. I mean, and I think I'll be able to prove that argument better once I have kids. But it comes down to just that. It's not that the kid costs a lot of money. And I know in the beginning, it's different with, the diapers and stuff like that. And if there's medical bills, but these are just things that will come up as far as the child growing. But a child is just a human being. I don't understand why people have to attach all this extra fluff onto a kid. Like you mentioned with like 1-year-old birthday parties. I don't understand that crap. Like I've been to 1-year-old birthday parties and I'm just looking at the baby that doesn't know what the hell is going on. And all these people like buying all this crap for the kid. And like you said, I mean, any being, even you see this, and I'm not comparing babies to animals, but you see this with testing on animals. If you introduce something to an animal, they're going to get used to that. If you introduce to a baby at birth that you're doing this, all these new habits, these celebrations, these extra toys, these extra gifts, they're just going to assume, hey, this is what I'm used to. I'm going to expect this stuff rather than just doing things that are necessary and introducing better habits to the kid. And I think introducing better habits will help you financially as well. But I think people miss that completely.
Yeah, and then you could throw in the concept of, all the holidays, Christmas, all this. And then the parents always come back and say, I did this for you. Why did you do it? I mean, thousands of dollars of gifts for 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, five that they're gonna tear up in the next week. And you just spent all your hard-earned money for what? They're not gonna remember this stuff, especially at a young age. And then you set them up to believe that this is normal, this is life, this is normal, this is life. And then you wake up and now these kids are grown, I mean getting older, and they saying, oh, but it's my birthday. It's Christmas. It's this holiday. It's that holiday. Be damn what's going on in my real personal life. It's these days, and I have to celebrate them because it's a family tradition. Another family tradition y'all got is y'all broke. So when is people gonna step up and realize, hey, we can't keep doing the same thing our forefathers did before us to and think we're gonna get a different result or what's gonna happen? You broke because of the stupid traditions that y'all came up with that don't make absolutely no sense. So now just think with a kid. If you didn't spend all the, I mean, like you said, the diapers, maybe the formula or whatever, that costs money. But let's say you didn't spend all the money on the other stuff. My son, I bought him one pair of shoes from the mall when he was little, and it wasn't no Nikes or nothing like that. It was just shoes that he was his size. I think I paid like $30. Within 48 hours, I lost. I always blame it on him, but I lost one of the shoes. I said, I'm not doing this again. So I'm okay with hand me downs. He got older cousins and stuff. No, just send me their stuff. Just send me their stuff. So we never put a big onus on shoes and clothes and name brand and all of this. So my son don't know the difference. He don't care about the difference. My son walking around in shorts and t-shirts just like I do. Most of the time he running around in his underwear, but I put some clothes on, shorts, t-shirt. That's it. He ain't going to he school don't start and say, oh dad, I need those new Jordans, man. You know the girl's gonna be on me. He don't even understand the concept of that. And we've saved a crap ton of money not doing the Valentine's, the Christmases, the Thanksgivings, all that other mundane stuff that people spend thousands upon thousands of dollars every year. So just think of the number. A kid 0 to 18. They just say you spend $5,000 a year just on stuff that just don't matter, or what we say don't matter. By the time they're 18, Alex, you're the math guy here. What's that? $5,000 a year times 18.
90,000.
Almost that's $90,000. So now if you just didn't spend it, if you just didn't spend it on them on stuff that don't matter, and you say that's $90,000. And you took that money instead of spending it on them, you put it into, maybe a mutual fund, get you 7, 8%. That's $200,000, $300,000. By the time 18. Now that's money for them to buy a house, cash, buy a car, cash, if that's what you want to do with it. Pay for their college tuition that everybody's kids got to take out all these crazy loans to pay for. That's just making one small change. Don't be like everybody else, and that's $200,000 to $300,000. Crazy concept. So you didn't do nothing else in your life but just change that one thing, and we're talking $200,000 to $300,000. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense.
Yeah. No, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, and you can speak to this from experience too, and that's what I like because this is I mean, everybody argues this. And I just think it's their fault. I don't think it's that the kid is at fault for being expensive. I just think it's the parents. But I mean, you just explained you've done it completely opposite from everybody else. And when uh when I have one, we'll do another video. I'll be like, we told y'all, y'all are just brokies. But
Well,
yeah, I mean, what happened?
no, I said, watch, I was gonna have a kid. He's gonna come over here stressed, like, oh man, she
Oh man.
robbed me for everything.
Oh man. But with all that being said, guys, if you have any comments or questions, we'd love to hear them. Don't forget to share this video, subscribe, like the video. We'll see you guys in the next one.